Oh my goodness, Gravity. Boy Splatty, thank you so much for subbing me for 2 years. Goodness, thank you. How's it, everybody? Welcome back into the Paper Plane Inn. I'm Ikataneli, and thank you guys for waiting for me to come back live. It is so good to actually see you guys here today. Did you guys eat well, rested well, had a good day at work? If not, I hope that today's stream will make your day a bit more brighter and better. But how is everyone doing today? I am doing all right. I just, I was scrambling a little bit and trying to get things situated here, but all is well, chat. All is well. Portal Master, hi, welcome back. Melanie, Emma Marie, Russer Palanite, welcome back. Boy Splatty, welcome back. Welcome back, my regulars. Life Forcer, welcome back. It's good to see you again. Oh, hello, Cat. Hi, Joe. Can I help you, you little escape artist? Come here. You're getting scooped. This little one tries to do an escape artist maneuver, chat. She's getting too smart for her own good. Yes, you are, Joe. Yes, you are. You try to actually pry open the back door to the back patio, to the backyard. You try to go outside, which I keep telling you to not go outside, but then you start getting too smart. You're learning how to open the doors. I still love you, Cat, but goodness Gravity, you'd have a way of making me worry. What do you mean, no? Don't worry, chat. She's okay. Just because I'm a little peeved at her does not mean I love her less. Alright, Jojo. I'll let you go over there. Grace! Grace! Did you move the scratch board? Cats? Did you move the scratch boards that's meant for you? Oh my goodness, Cat. I heard some meows. Kitties love their mama. They do. Especially when Joe's the more affectionate of the two, if you will. Well, affectionate in her own terms. But, anyways, now that we finally got that out of the way, I'm about to time for me to actually get to the meat and potatoes for today's stream, since we're only going to be streaming for 2 hours, if you will. For those who are not an initiative, here's a good question. For those who are into D&D episodes, how often do you like to prepare for ball episodes? Do you like ball episodes? Do you like dancing episodes where it's time for your character to dress up, be pretty for the big event for dancing and whatnot? Because I sure am. After having a ball episode or two with my characters, it's time for us to actually design a character of mine who's going to be prepared for a ball episode. So, how about we actually go straight to the podium so we can actually go to draw this particular character, shall we? Alrighty then. And I'm gonna undeafen here. For those who actually know me by now, oh, hi dear, hi, it's nice seeing you there.
Hello.
For those who actually are not in the initiative, ball episodes are where it's a special event when it comes to, be it for roleplay or for tabletop, where you actually get the opportune time to have your character dressed up in something nice and pretty. And I have actually designed a couple of characters of mine who are part of ball episodes. For those who are actually not need a little bit of refresher, remember Violette, that I designed this for her ball episode? And the volume over there is a little bit too... No, I think that's just about right. And then we're finally getting to... What in the heck? Sam Hill?
What's wrong?
I think my keyboard's acting a little funny. I may have to check... I may have to figure this thing out later. Grace, don't scratch the carpet! Well, it's not really carpet, it's more of a rug. Are you trying to dig into the catnip that was scattered in there, the floor? Is that it? That? There you go, Grace. Okay, she's moved ever since I slightly moved the scratch board. Oh well. And then I also designed Nessa when it comes to her ball episode, which, yes, I've actually did this before in the past where she, is this, and it got a little bit better, it got upgraded, if you will. I've yet to actually, showcase the upgraded version, but you guys have actually seen that when it comes to my Valentine's Day picture this year, featuring my favorite couple, if you will. So, yeah. It is time for us to actually start getting to work on designing another character of mine who's also going to be preparing for a ball. Because, well, there's going to be an upcoming ball episode, and I don't want to miss it, and I'm going to use opportune time to design this particular character for this event. Y'all are actually wondering, who is the said particular Hexblood in person? And the said Hexblood is my dear artificer artillerist, Isabel. All the Star Warriors looked amazing in the ball session. Aw, thank you. And now I have just the file ready for this said ball episode. It took a while. It took a solid while to figure her design out for Isabel, but I genuinely hope that this might, do this justice, if you will. And I've also got slightly started with drawing the face, and I said to myself since last night, you know what? I think I'll just save this tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, and it's today. I tried to figure out how to make the headshots for this month, but I said to myself, you know what? The headshots will be done tomorrow. For today, it's either playing a game or doing an art. How about we actually do some art? So we are going to be designing my girl Isabel for an upcoming ball, shall we? It's time to turn my girl nice and pretty.
I'm gonna say I really like the look, even of just the initial setup.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Also wondering whether I should do something slightly stupid and do the golden gala outfit for the Zorag from Monster Hunter.
I mean, that's a little bit garish, and would that suit him?
It is very golden colored and would also be funny.
I mean, true, but I consider that one a little bit much, isn't it?
I would agree, hence I wanted to ask your opinion.
I mean, it is one of the more formal outfits that I could think of out there, you know?
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, his current attire is pretty much just going to be sort of the same general thing, but with more robes over the top and in gold and yellow rather than the usual white accoutrement.
Wait, so he's gonna be mostly gold all over, or
not quite.
Wrap the picture in my head.
So, I didn't want to go with metallic gold. I tried to say as much on the Saturday, but a sort of golden, sort of sunlight golden color without it being metallic gold.
I think something akin to a satin finish.
Yeah, the problem is I don't know the proper names of colors, so it's difficult for me to describe accurately to someone who actually knows what they're talking about.
Fair enough. Let
All
me.
I know is that it's
Sorry.
all I know is it lacks the reflectivity of the metallic element of it, so as to not make it seem like it's literal golden color.
Fair. I mean, it's color balance is gonna be a little bit tricky on that end.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me read this from chat real fast. Question: have you watched Game Over Verse pilot? I have not yet. I am gonna make time to actually watch that one given the chance. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I do recommend when you.
And I intend to do so when I get the chance later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, I accidentally muted myself before finishing the sentence.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's see. It looks like a lot of my regulars are reaching a lot of streaks these days, and which is good. You know, I'm genuinely happy that I got regulars who comes back to the in every whenever I get to stream. You know, it makes me happy. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start. There's going to be a lot of beatings and design when it comes to Isabel, but I'm going to try my best not to go over the top. That's going to be easier said than done, what with all the options that Clip Studio Paint has to offer. Glad that you were excited for the ball. I am Savage. I really am. It's why I'm actually working my butt off to work on Isabel's design. And I'm genuinely hoping that I get this thing done in time, because Steve and we're going to be going back to the ranch later this week, and we're going to be staying there in the weekend. So I'm going to have to workshop a lot of things on how to make the audio work. Xandru, hi, welcome back. It's good to see you again. Clip Studio Paint is really good. I've been enjoying it so far. That's good. That's really good. I wish I did not actually sleep over Clip Studio Paint earlier when I had it in my if you will, because okay, here's a bit of an anecdote from me. Long ago, over 10 years ago at this point, my folks actually decided to get me an art program because I have been. They actually, at least I think that's around the few times where they acknowledge that how passionate I am with art. When most of the time it's usually met with work really hard, study really hard, if you will, so you can actually support yourself and whatnot, which they don't, which I can understand, but it also comes with a side effect of making your children discouraged on their passions, if you will. So it's really it's really something whenever the few moments of their life where they actually show, you know, compassion and consideration when their children does have talents and passions. But anyways, I'm going off track. They actually went as far to get me an art program, which is Manga Studio back in the day, and I actually do appreciate them getting this for me. But I tried getting Manga Studio to work for me, and I just couldn't get the program to cooperate with me. I was confused as fuck on what to do with the said program. So I just said bollocks to this and go back into Paint Tool Sci back in the day. What I didn't realize, what past me did not realize back then, that Manga Studio would eventually become Clip Studio Paint. So upon realizing what it really was back in the day, oh, Oh, the psychic damage that I took that time was painful, you know? I slept over Clip Studio Paint's previous edition, and yeah, it really is. I feel really silly over myself. I wish I could hug you, Mikoto. Your talent and passion will always be appreciated and respected. Oh, thank you, thank you. Let's see. I still got a lot to learn though, and that's okay. And there are some tutorials out there when it comes to Clip Studio Paint, but I'm not sure if my art streams would also help out as well. But you feel free to actually take a look on how I do things in order to help make your take notes when it comes to your art. I'm not 100% efficient with Clip Studio, if you will, but I'm doing the best I can to make it work for me. Especially since the variation I got, Clip Studio EX, it has far more options than when it comes to standard and pro, if you will. Especially since you need EX to do a little bit extra, like getting some materials for, like getting your assets for comic making or making animations, if you will. Getting a new laptop, but I don't know if I should get Clip Studio Paint or Adobe Photoshop or both. I don't know what to do. There are pros and cons in getting Clip Studio and Adobe Photoshop. Oh goodness, gravity. Okay. Okay, where's my anti-allergen? Where's my anti-allergen? Miki needs her anti-allergen. Oh no. Oh no. Where is it? Where is it? Oh crap. Why did I misplace it? Oh no. Okay. Chat, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go be right back. I need to get some anti-allergens. Don't do anything silly. Don't go spamming emotes into the chat now. I'll be right back. It'll just be a few seconds. Somebody's behaving very well in the chat, isn't it? Hello, Wild. I see that you're actually behaving a little bit properly well. You have spam emotes? Yes, you have. Okay. Okay, I am alright. The anti-allergens will take a while to kick into my system, but when it does, good, great. I deeply appreciate this. Let me go actually read more into the questions before, Okay, like I said, there are a bit of pros and cons when it comes to, which program you're picking, especially between Clip Studio and Photoshop. But, I would usually get both if I'm capable of. But here's the thing: if you want to get Clip Studio, you may have to wait until the program goes on sale. That way, you can actually get yourself the program in a proper bargain, if you will. And for Photoshop, come on. Look, there's no you. Look, I'm asking. Ice Drake, listen, Ice Drake. You're gonna get it through the high seas, are ya? Please, because it's morally right to pirate Photoshop. It's always morally right to pirate Adobe products.
Or at the very least, see if you have an opportunity for something like Humble Bundle to pop up with an earlier edition that doesn't require a subscription, and you can get it at a better price, because Humble Bundle, that's essentially what happened to me.
Yeah.
Granted, this was before they went to their subscription model, but that's why I have an older version of Photoshop and some other Adobe products that I've literally never touched.
You know what? Absolutely. Okay, fair enough, I suppose. Now, there's also another question that's, okay, sorry to repeat this, but I meant in Jay's dream, how was it to play as Zara in Rachel's one-shot? It's not the first time I played as Zara, but it is one where I'm kind of in the right direction in how I considered when it comes to her character. She's aloof. She is actually composed, try to think things a little bit logistically, and because I'm really trying to go for the femme fatale vibe when it comes to Zara, if you will. After all, she is a trickery cleric, so she is technically a spy, and she is technically the spy vibes, the femme fatale vibes, what have ya. She is a woman that is shaped by the circumstances around her, if you will, and anything that is good and positive out of Zara, you're gonna need a whole construction crew in order to unearth that. But I wish I could actually play more of her in earnestly. However, that's going to be for when the day comes that we get to play Eberron, if you will. And that is a whole different matter of means of finding the day to actually play as her properly, let alone explaining what the flying fuck bucket Eberron is. It's definitely not for everybody, that's for sure.
Not a setting for the faint-hearted, no.
More like it's not for. I'm not saying that it's look, what I mean is that it has a role-playing difficulty. Like, we're talking about something that really is straight out of noir films, that is cut, that if you will. So, there's also another question I found here earlier that I need to actually answer. Dave, do you have fun in the campaign Dreams and Wishes?
I do, yes.
That's good. That's good.
Why did you bring that up?
Well,
Out of curiosity.
Melanie is the one that asked, but that is a very good question.
Yeah, so it is an interesting take. Ironically enough, I am slightly out of my depth because a lot of it is Disney references, and while as a 90s child I absolutely did grow up with some Disney stuff, like we had Lion King on VHS as the big one that I remember, and I'm pretty sure we had several episodes of the Timon and Pumbaa TV show as well.
Oh god, I remember that one.
I think I just activated some neurons. But my overall access to Disney was somewhat limited. I guess I just wasn't all that into too much Disney stuff. Toy Story was, and the original Toy Story was another one I think we had.
Fair. Meanwhile, I'm kind of like the opposite-ish. That I grew up with a lot of Disney stuff because of how my dad would always, whenever he comes home from from Hawaii to see us in the Philippines, he would always bring back a large box of goodies and what have you. And sometimes among them are tapes. Because VHS tapes are our thing back then, and oh god, I feel really old just because of how I mentioned VHS tapes, and there's a good chunk of my audience who has no idea what that is.
Yes, for me growing up, it was not only VHS tapes on TV, some of which we would record. I remember we always used to try recording Dragon Ball Z, for example. But I also had an audio tape cassette player in my room with various things. I literally learned the prayer for my bar mitzvah by ear, listening to that thing on loop.
Did it work?
It did, oddly enough.
Huh.
Although it was, I suppose, by most standards, it was a fairly liberal bar mitzvah that we didn't actually have it at shul. It was actually in the backyard where it happened. But yeah, overall, it was a good ceremony. We had a very nice rabbi.
Huh. But yes.
Don't know what do you think about me being atheist now, but that's besides the point.
Doesn't mean I love you less.
I would hope not.
But anyways, going back on topic, let's see, and some of the, my dad also recorded a lot of movies and shows too when it comes to his collection of movie tapes, and in fact, a good chunk of them are Disney movies that are also in their original VHS box, and some Disney movies that he recorded through, well, the recordable VHSs back then. Because of that experience of what my dad did, it's how my sister and I, and maybe to an extension my brother too, we're a little bit more of the pseudo movie buffs, if you will.
That reminds me, I think my favorite series of VHS tapes that we had some of the initial episodes of the Spider-Man the animated series, and I'm almost certain that there is at least one Superman thing we had on VHS at some point. I don't remember if it was one of the Superman animated or earlier ones.
Yeah?
Yeah, I seem to very distinctly remember this one Superman episode, but I don't remember it looking like the Superman the animated series art style. But the one that I really grew up with and cared about was Spider-Man the animated series. I remember distinctly the episodes about the Lizard, which was like the pilot episode, but then the Spider Slayer episodes, and I'm fairly certain some of the first Symbiote episodes.
It has been. I'm trying my best to remember some. I think I have seen a Spider-Man show back in the day too. I'm just trying to remember which one is it, because there are plenty back in the day, aren't there?
Well, there have been plenty of different Spider-Man shows. Like most of the modern generation probably grew up with Spectacular Spider-Man, whereas I grew up with the series beforehand. To put it in perspective, Spectacular Spider-Man's Peter Parker probably would have had a cell phone, whereas Amazing Spider-Man the animated series Peter Parker was using those little public telephones in the series.
God, I remember those kinds of tapes, man. I mean, I remember those kinds of phone booths, man, and it's a shame that they're discontinued, but I still remember how they were used back in the day. You?
I actually remember the mid-2010s when I was on the train back to my station from university, and the line went down. So my dad picked me up at one of the other stations where we basically had to walk to. Thankfully, the train wasn't far from it. But I remember they still had some of those phones that would either take card or coin payment. It was actually something to see.
I remember that the ones I grew up with would take about a few pesos for per number, not per number, per how long you stay into the line. I need to get this redeemed real fast. So, is everyone alive? Everyone okay? Hello?
Just about.
Okay.
I may have temporarily lost vision due to blood loss, but there you go. But David the Creator, which Thiva you mean specifically, Spectacular or the animated series? Because I mean, I've heard both of them; they're both really good. But I obviously have a rose-tinted bias for the animated series.
I'm trying to remember the one episode from the Spider-Man. I'm not sure which of the two is, but it's where Peter. It ends up with Peter going through a horrific transformation that he grew additional arms, if you will.
The Man Spider series. So there was a saga in Spider-Man the Animated Series where Peter goes through a transformation into the Man Spider. Basically, his mutation runs rampant.
Oh, did he get better?
He did, which is just as well. It was kind of impossible to run your life if you have, 2 additional sets of arms.
Okay.
But yeah, he did get better. I forget exactly how. It was either something involving Kurt Connors, the Lizard, or Mobius. I forget which. Because yeah, they had Mobius in that series. They just had to get very interesting with how they did the whole vampire aspect with 90s censorship.
Oh wait, that Morbius, that very same one which crashed and burned.
It's the same character, obviously not related to the modern memes about morbing time, but you know what I mean. Also, the take on that Morbius is a bit more akin to what you would expect out of Man-Bat from Batman, and I think they also had him teaming up with Blade, the vampire hunter, in that series.
Really?
I seem to vaguely remember that, but I'm gonna have to relook at the episodes. Although arguably, I think, apart from being sort of like an establishment of classic Spider-Man, one of the coolest concepts that I think I saw in the show, even if it's not unique to the show, was probably Spider Carnage, which was like at the tail end of the series. Because Spider-Man the Animated Series did multiverse stuff before it was popular in films.
Hold on a second, I need to do some research real fast. Okay, apparently trying to, hello? Okay, hold on, I was in the middle of doing research, let me read this. Okay. And I can't resist making a reference to this. For those who volunteered into injecting into the praying mantis DNA, I got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is that we're postponing those tests indefinitely. The good news is that we've got so much of a better test for you. Fighting an army of mantis men. Pick up the rifle and follow the yellow line on the floor. You know when this test starts. Huh. Is that an actual quote?
Probably, although that is both hilarious and terrifying.
Alright. I have a picture of Isabel, what she looks like underneath underneath that hat. I need a moment. I need a moment to look for it. Just give me a moment. Okay, it shouldn't be that far off. Oh yeah, those are concepts for Hansel that I have in mind because Isabella is a homunculus, as one does if you're an artificer. There she is. Okay. Okay, there we go. There's her Elder Cross. Now, here's the thing about Hexbloods that most people don't really know. Not from Spider-Man, it's from Portal 2. Oh, okay, that's good to know. That's definitely on me. I never actually played Portal 2, so yeah. Now, and no, these are not horns, Melanie. Here's the thing when it comes to Hexblood biology. Because these guys are descendants or blessed by hags, either or really, the way you can actually tell what that person's a Hexblood is a number of are these key notes of their design. There's sometimes some hags will have pigmented skin tone colors based on the hag who is associated with them, or they will have double prone ears, but most important of all, they have this permanent crown on they have this permanent growth on their head that protrudes forward that is in a laurel-like fashion called an elder cross. These permanent horns is what permanent horns or / growth is what actually distincts them as a Hexblood, if you will. Some are taken in the form of wreaths. Some are taken in the form of horns, like encircled horns, so long as it like that of a laurel fashion. You know what? Let me actually open up what they look like, so you guys can actually have an idea what they are. Okay, now. In fact, here we go. Here's what the official images of what Hexbloods are. As you can actually see from this image, they have a few key design features. Pigmented skin that's tied to the hag in question. Double forked ears, which is protruding outward. But iconically of all is this permanent growth that you see on their heads called an elder cross. But for Isabel's case, her elder cross is small compared to most. In fact, they are much more in the shape of candy cane horns, if you will. This is what separates her from the rest of the Hexbloods of her coven. And it doesn't help that Isabel is the youngest of her is one of the youngest of her covens. Well, currently the youngest of her coven. Alright, we gotta make sure that and because of her elder cross is pretty small, if you will, it allows her to get away with it by just hiding it underneath her hat most of the time. In fact, I've also designed another character who's a Hexblood and also has an elder cross. And now this time I have 3 characters who are also Hexbloods. Such as one of them, who is Esme, if you will, which, give me a second to look for her. She shouldn't be that far off. Ah, here! Such as Esme, if you will. Her elder cross is, that in the form of feelers, if you will. Because, you know, very moth motif of this one here. And then my latest one that I designed last year. I mean, not last year, last week. What am I saying? Anyways, this is Pavetta. Like Isabel, her Elder Cross is hidden underneath her hood or veil. But it's hood veil, was it? I don't know. But what I do know is that yes, I remember Esme from your X/Blue Sky. Let's not call that X. Let's call it as its original name, despite Melon Musk Twitter. Please, let's call it Twitter. But even then, I wonder if there's a different timeline, if you will, that Twitter has not been bought out by Melon Musk. I'll never know, and neither would ever want to. But I have a feeling that maybe that timeline would have been a lot more different. Twitter, sorry. That's okay. You're okay. Now let's see. Given Isabel's lead. I was actually debating whether or not what kind of design I would have in mind for Isabel. Because Isabel is very Southern Belle core, if you will. And therefore, I tried looking for outfits what Southern Belles will be wearing, if you will, for the sake of reference for this ball episode. And it wasn't until I finally figured something out by going into Guide Online, Photoshop, and crafting a character design, do I actually come up with something for her. Forget her iconic bead brooches. She's not seen without these. The bee elements in Isabel's design did not come in until much later, because in the original design, she has a heart-shaped candy. She has a heart-shaped amulet over there, alongside with another candy cane, another candy brooch that is on her chest. However, after doing some little bit of research and thinking about, the bee elements is far more best suited for Isabel, especially considering the elements what it is for bees. And it also helped make things a lot better on sorting out her backstory. Oh, we got an ad break in progress, so let me also gotta put this up here. Okay, there we go. And while that is going to, and that we're on break, and let me just to stand up and let me just stretch. Let me just stretch. Whew. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Let me also do a little bit of doohickeys here. If you guys have any questions, if you will, I'd be free to answer whatever question you have. I'm giving everyone a bit of a heads up that tomorrow that we're going to be drawing more headshots for we're going to be drawing headshots for this month's rewards. And by Friday, we're going to be continuing a little bit more of Undertale. But we're not going to play too much of it, considering the fact that Steve and I will eventually go to the ranch, so we can actually get ourselves situated there. We're going to be staying over there in the ranch for the weekend, so I'll most likely have to bring my laptop with me. say thank you guys for coming by here again and watching me. And always come by here whenever I go live. You coming here means a lot to me, and I deeply appreciate my regulars, whoever come by here in the inn. Alright, now that the ad break is over, it's time for us to actually get back to work. Both you and Dave, who's your favorite fictional characters of any media, books, and games, etc.? Or characters? It actually
Gonna need to rack my brain on that one.
That is a very tough question, because maybe it's because how things are as we got older. It's a little hard for us to actually get into certain media, but if I had to put my brain to work, I'm getting more into shows like Delicious in Dungeon and Apothecary Diaries, if you will. So if I had to name who are my favorite characters from both shows, I'd say that in the leagues that Senshi is my favorite character, alongside with Marcel. And then there's also and as for Apothecary Diaries, oh boy, I am trying to figure out who will be my favorite characters from that show. But if I had to think about it, for now, until I finally reach season 2, Li Hua alongside with Lady Li Hua alongside with Mao Mao is also my favorite. Apothecary Diaries is, oh my goodness, I could go on when it comes to that show. But the one thing I will actually say about that is that I am forever pissed that season 1 is basically the only thing you can find on Netflix, which I still have Netflix because I still have Netflix for the sake of watching shows and movies, if you will. That's something that's hard for me to let go. And I've only learned after watching season 1 of Apothecary Diaries that season 2 is only licensed in Crunchyroll and to an extension Amazon Prime, if you will. But the thing is with Amazon Prime is that you're going to need to pay for season 2 for about 25-ish bucks. I don't know how to properly feel about that. I think maybe when I finally open up commissions and I got enough money under my belt, would I actually consider doing that, you know?
Yeah, I love having to pay for a subscription service in order to get access to fucking premium purchases.
I think no.
How is that fucking legal?
No, honey, it's not that. It's more like you pay for season 2 and it's yours.
Yes, but you said you had to do it via Prime, correct?
Amazon Prime, yeah.
And Amazon Prime is a paid subscription service.
Is it? Oh, right. Well, to be fair, it did actually help me out on certain occasions. Hi, honey.
Hello.
Hello. Is my bone okay?
Your bone was lovely.
Ah, splendid. I'm actually glad to hear that. Because, you know, I'm genuinely worried that the longer it stayed there, the more it'll actually go bad.
Yeah, I think it was on the borderline, but I managed to catch you just in time.
Good gumdrops. Good. Okay. And chat is saying hi, honey.
Hello.
Okay. Now, Isabel, we're gonna define your nails. I'm debating whether or not she'll actually give you a pedicure. I mean, I did that with Pavetta, for those who actually paid attention. I'm also came to realize something after I designed Pavetta. maybe it's because I finally did, I actually sat down and do the research about it. But I should have actually considered on drawing a nose piercing on Pavetta.
Okay, but why?
Because according to both Indian and Romani culture, well, Romani are the descendants of northern India who immigrated into nomadic life. Nose piercing is a symbol of beauty and femininity, if you will. Yep. And therefore, it actually made me a little bit more open-minded, if you will. Because, look, when it comes to piercings, I'm a little uncertain, if you will. Because some piercings will actually make a person look good, some don't. But if they actually have a cultural significance, that actually makes things a little bit more easier for me to grasp it. And it also depends on which region of India do you actually came from, where that nose piercing's at. I learned that if you actually come from the northern or some sides of India, the nose piercing's to the left. But if you came from the southern side of India or so, it comes to the nose piercings on the right.
Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Romani people are closer to the north side, at least nowadays, right?
Descendants from the northern side, but from the northern India, but yes. They also have a similar staple when it comes to the nose piercing too. I did research about it. And so it made me kind of think of how am I going to proceed onward when it comes to Pavetta. But given that it's also meant for married women too, maybe I'll consider giving her a nose piercing or / stud when she finally does get committed with someone.
Yeah, because I'd imagine she did have one, but it's since been removed in that case.
Yeah, to a degree, considering the circumstances, which I am not going to divulge here.
Yeah.
Alright, let's also get the bee brooch for Isabel, which I have a way of cheesing it. I'm gonna do a method that actually helps me out easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, you ready? Alright, let's go. Okay, open. Oh, please open this. Why is it not opening this program? Okay, that's not what I've... Okay, there you are. Okay. Yeah, okay. There we go. Grabbing the line art through here. Copying this. Putting it here. Where's the bee? There's the bee. Okay, I didn't know that. You do now. And knowing is half the battle.
Hey, half the fun of character design is sometimes figuring out what culture to take its inspiration from and learning about said culture.
Uh-huh. Especially since you want to design characters that come from different cultures. Sometimes researching about where they came from could actually help you out immensely in how you're going to make that character a little accurate. Because, you know, it's so easy to make it...
There it is.
There it is. Alright, now, it's not Isabel without her bee brooches. Both of them. Since she still needs them, she's better have it, not need it not have it kind of situation. warp this a little bit to make sure it's looks like it's on the boba just right. Would you all believe me that I never actually watched G.I. Joe?
I mean, I've never watched the original. I've seen a few other versions of it, but I never watched the original cartoon.
Never ever?
Nah, it was before my time.
Ah.
Doesn't surprise me that I haven't seen it. It, from a non-American's perspective, it reeks of the very gung-ho America fuck yeah stereotype.
You know what? Absolutely fair.
Well, there were cartoons like G.I. Joe and such. I was busy watching other things like Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo.
Let's see. It has been a while, Mikado. How are you doing today? I'm doing alright, fabulous. I'm just actually trying my best to work on this headshot. Not headshot. This piece I did for Isabel for an upcoming ball episode that is going to be happening in the game. And that is something, and ball episodes always excite me whenever, maybe it's because I've never been to a proper ball prom myself, okay? So, I'm romanticizing it a little bit because I never experienced it. Never ever in my life. It also doesn't help that, the few ball, so I'm kind of, living through that through these ball episodes in the games or role-playing events.
Oh.
So, this also helps test me out as a character designer on, sort of character designer, where I get to actually have the opportune time to design my girls into nice ball wears. And besides, this also helps as gives me a this also helps by this is a warm up for next month because next month is June Brides, and I am going to have to get myself good in designing ball dresses and whatnot for that event. Let's see. There's so many options I can actually pick for my girls for this year's June Brides. But I know Isabel is going to be up there for sure. Now I'm also considering doing doing something different for this month's June Brides / June Grooms. And that is to actually make I want to actually make a splash image of the wedding of a wedding picture, if you will, that features two characters of mine who have finally got hitched. It's only a matter of voting which couple deserves to be drawn in such a manner.
I'm obviously biased.
It's either that or their wedding night.
Gee, I wonder which one people are gonna vote for.
Okay. Now Isabel has candy horns. Let's not forget that. Let's see. If Vila and Loki will be one of the couples, I will fate in pure happiness. I mean, they won about last year's poll about the Valentine's Day kiss picture.
Yay!
this time around I'll be drawing them who that this time around I'll be picking which character will be for the wedding shot, if you will. Or at least for their wedding night. I don't know which one. I don't know
No,
which
the
one's
wedding
more
shot
appropriate.
or the wedding shot?
Okay, let's see. I think that looks pretty good for Isabel. Let me turn this thing off for a little bit. Alright, now let's go ahead and start making some detailing work. Well, not detailing work yet. I'm also trying to make Isabel's dress very candy themed, if you will. Something is similar to Pinky's dress for the gala back in My Little Pony season 1. At least that's what I have in mind for her. Maybe
Sorry,
Bob will be
I had a
looking-
full shift.
Wait, what?
I had a full shift today, is all.
It's okay, sweetie. Are you gonna be alright?
I'll be fine. I just need some rest and maybe stop by a gas station just to get something to drink to ease the stomach of traffic and such. We'll see how things turn out.
Alright, but please drive safely, okay? You know how people get when it comes to traffic hours.
I know. Helmet's blood is proof of that.
Just because we live in well, I will say this. Of all the corners in Texas that we're living in, of all the corners in Texas of the same state we're living in, at least we're not in Houston.
Nah. See, Houston is at least livable. There is one, as the way I see it, there is one place in Texas that is absolutely and by my father's own words, the armpit of the world.
But well, sure, but you know how bad. But people say that Houston's bad, though.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying there are worse places.
Okay, fair enough. I wonder if that bee bridge is just about the right size on Isabel's person. You know, let's bring
Person.
Hold on. Let me get Isabel's shot here so I can actually align it properly to her. As I thought. Not only is her boobs slightly smaller, but the bee brooch is not even the right size.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
In the words of a famous gift, bigger. Bigger.
I'm making it bigger. Hold your horses. God, I mean. Alright, we're gonna have to make her neck. We're gonna have to make her head a little bit bigger. We're gonna make her head a little bit bigger. First and foremost, we're selecting the vectors of this head. We're gonna put them in a whole new. We're gonna have to put them in a whole new line art drawing. Okay. Oh goodness. No. Oh goodness gracious. No. Okay. We're gonna put this in a whole new line art for the sake of making sure we don't ruin this. Okay. And
Worms.
hello, Savage. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. What's good?
Not much. Just enjoying the stream and then decided to pop in.
Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
this is a character from your games, so
Yes. By the way, how much have you said about the game that Isabel is in?
That there's going to be a ball episode that's coming up very soon, and That's why I'm actually going the whole 9 yards of making this shot.
Yes. Did you say where the ball is being held?
Nope. Which I think I'll leave that to you. Leave layer empty because I certainly need to do a big thing. One which I'm trying my best to fix Isabel's look because her head is a little bit too small.
I beg your finest fucking pardon?
I meant what I said.
No, not you, hun. Not you, hun.
Wait,
I
what?
just saw, like, gas prices.
Wait, what? Is it
They
bad?
jumped.
What?
Okay, so you know how before it was like 380, 370-ish?
Yeah?
It's gone up to 420.
What?
Yes.
No. That's not okay. That's not bueno.
No, it is not. Do not.
Holy
The gas tank? What the hell?
that's not good. For those who
Oh,
are not
because-
here, sorry, chat. For those who are not knowing what's going on, the gas prices jumped up.
Around here.
Could have seen this coming.
Yeah.
Is the world.
The world's
And it's
going to
affecting us.
hell.
Yes.
I'm going to resist the urge to make the very specific commentary on exactly why this is happening.
Those who know, know. Anyways. So yes, this, on a more positive note, the Saturday game where Isabel is a member is the legally distinct-ish Feywild Disney fairy tale world. So it's not just a ball, it is a ball in the poster child for what people imagine a ball looking like.
AKA the land where Cinderella's at.
Yes.
Oh, that's where we are.
In the Cinderella castle.
See, I wanted to say as much, but there's quite a few Disney movies that do in fact use fairy godmothers, so I didn't know for sure.
Which is
Fair enough.
fair, you know.
I would assume that the talking mice might have been a good hint, but
Yeah, Disney uses a lot of those too, Savage.
The same mice.
but not the combination of the fairy godmothers and the talking mice.
True. But he could have just taken some creative liberties.
Okay, what about when you fought the zombified evil stepmother and stepsisters?
I didn't know that's who they were.
They explained it! Miki had a complete conniption fit because I ignored Cinderella 3's redemption arc.
Yes, because I didn't realize it until she said that.
My Cooper husband.
Yes, what of it?
Skill issue.
Don't you dare impart on me. Talking about the skill issue. Goober of goobers.
Shut. You know what I speak. You know what I mean.
I know. And in the words of a very wise yet reckless man, I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Bro.
I reject your rejection.
You are welcome to, but fuck you.
But yes, so this is a land within the greater Fey domain of Retlaw,
Mm-hmm.
and this one is called Embera. And the main gist is that these are places where these Disney fairy tales aren't just, fairy tales or myths or stories. They are history that literally happened centuries ago.
So in other words, we will not be able to meet the actual iconic characters from the
No,
Disney
they
franchise. At least,
no, but you will be able to meet their descendants, and of course those that are immortal or what have you.
which is good enough, you know. Gotta make do with what we can.
For instance, earlier in Barbeau, another little province, you guys met the descendants of Belle and the Beast.
Which they were twins. One of them is leading a little bit more to the princely side, one a more beastly side.
Yes.
However,
And I also I also foreshadowed multiple others that are going to be
Yeah.
showing up soon.
which I am actually stoked when they're finally coming. You know.
Something tells me this ball is going to be chaos.
It could be.
Isabel just wants to have a good time.
Yes, but by the laws of D&D, anything that can go wrong will go wrong in one way or another.
It all really depends. There are multiple ways for things to happen.
Oh,
It's sometimes too predictable to be like, oh, and then the dragon attacks. No. Sometimes things are not nearly that easy.
and that's going to be something for us to find out and fuck around, huh?
Yes. Social dynamics are itself a type of struggle to have to go through.
Oh, fair enough.
Which means that's gonna be all on you, hon.
What?
You're the charisma. You're the face of the group. It seems you have the charisma.
Well, kinda, but my charisma's too. I should probably fix that when I get the chance.
I mean, I think mine is as well. I think. Walker's
Yeah,
only
no-
just starting to get his charisma.
None of you are charisma-based characters, which is goddamn hilarious.
I mean, we're trying our best, sort of. But at least I'm trying my best as Isabel for being the talker, if you will, and I'm doing it right. At most.
Yes. And it works well with her lore and story and the complications thereunto.
Yep. Which is something that's gonna have to be something you'll find out eventually, chat.
Yes. When Nui eventually gets around to editing the podcast.
Let's see. I think that looks pretty good. Now here's the part where I'm debating whether or not should I start implementing the finer details, such as lacing and whatnot. But I think that could wait a little bit longer because I need to start working on making that bead brooch not as tiny.
Yes, very important.
Look, of course, Isabel's gonna bring it with her when we're going to the ball because better have it, not need it, need it, not have it, and plus that's a very important thing to her.
Yep. And I know that the podcast is going to be on the Patreon, I think.
It is.
And that's where it is exclusively going to be.
And it's going to be, but it's going to be available to public rather than being behind a paywall.
Yay!
So that way, those who actually want to listen to that, it's there. And if they want to actually, and besides, if they want to actually see art that's related to, it's also another way to actually help, make things easier for everybody. But what do you think?
I think it works well, and I definitely feel that the Saturday game is, at the very least, definitely one of the funniest campaigns I've ever run. There is at least a good handful of times where we literally just burst out laughing, and at least a few times people spit out their drinks or what have you.
Maybe it's because of me and my accidental, and because I'm playing it as Isabel. The way how Isabel is, just because it's a Disney campaign does not mean it's squeaky clean.
Oh heavens no.
It's not. It really is not.
I'm pretty sure that Isabel, just the image that we see right now, would not fly if it was squeaky clean.
Mm-hmm.
No, it would not.
Look, here's a confession of the innkeeper, if you will. Isabel was actually meant for a much more adult or oriented D&D campaign, if you will. And therefore, the bells and whistles, innuendos and whatnot is there. However, due to circumstances, I'm not really part of the Dirty Deeds. I stopped being part of the Dirty Deeds campaign too, somewhere down the line. And any want and desire to have Isabel there kind of died along with it, at least until further notice. And when I finally got to play as Isabel in Savage's game, in the Dreams and Wishes, the more I played as Isabel and having her lore finally ironed out, the more I realized, yeah, maybe it might be for the best that Isabel's not part of it, the Dirty Deeds, as much as I really wanted it to be. Because,
Yeah.
while she is a fun character in some form or another, she has a complicated lore that and mechanics that would make the DM to that one scratch his head to a point. Ah! Ah!
What?
Yeah!
That's for the skill issue comment earlier.
How dare you! Ah!
What are you gonna do about it?
Later.
Did I come in at a bad time?
No. Steve just scared the bejesus out of me.
Yep.
Also, I'm still in the jar.
Surprise.
I have
Thank
two
you.
Perks, and I intend to make use of
Yep.
those perks.
Yes. Anyways. Yeah. It's definitely there are.
Also, if I may interject, Lambio says hi.
Oh! Tell him I said hi
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
Actually, it's because of the whole thing with the Dirties and what have you that you basically, felt a bit bummed, which actually was the inspiration or the impetus for me starting the Saturday game.
Yeah, and I'm forever grateful that you actually stepped up and gave me a campaign to play as Isabel. And
Yes.
it may not be as similar to the Dirty Deeds, but it is something that actually helped eventually help me heal from it, and actually iron out on how it feels to play as an artificer artillerist. Not to mention the lore that is implemented into Isabel's design, which, upon
Yes.
reflection, there is no way I could actually play as Isabel the way I wanted her to in the Dirty Deeds, mainly because of the mechanics of her backstory.
Yep. I've definitely
Yeah,
noticed that there's
it's funny you talk about mechanics of backstory when you're talking about an artificer.
I mean,
Yes.
it is funny in hindsight.
it's definitely there's a difference between making a character for a specific plot versus having the plot of the game be centered around things from the characters.
At times, I kind of can't help but wonder if I'm too much when it comes to with the way how I design characters and their backstories and what have ya. It's some, cause in my early days of playing D&D, I will admit I do have flaws when it comes to how I played with them, and some of them are.
I mean, everybody does.
And some of them are borderline selfish. It takes how one DM basically chewed me up and how I am that made me question just about everything about myself. I love the game. I love making characters, but I became cautious since. So it takes it really says something that I've actually had my character get to play my characters the way I wanted them to, and especially testing out things I've never done before.
I will say that at the very least, your playstyle very much ends up complementing my own in that regard.
Yeah?
Yes, because I'm someone who's the more you give in terms of backstory or lore or NPCs or characters, the more I can then work with. The more you put in, the more you end up getting out in terms of the creativity and the collaboration and all of the mixing of new ideas and sort of springboarding one idea off of another. It's the collaborative effort that really is one of the things I really love about DMing or GMing for these role-playing games.
It's almost like you get what you put in, sort of deal.
That's kind of like the opposite when it comes to me when it comes to the dirty deeds, at least second campaign, and maybe to an extension this also is pronounceable in the first campaign. I gave my DM these simple things, these plots and the hooks, as well as characters tied to my character, and that DM did not actually make use of any of that. Yeah, sure, it's an adult game, but it's still a D&D game regardless. And he didn't actually make use of it.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it gets.
I certainly know how annoying it is when, you try to give somebody as much as possible and they decide to do as little with it as possible.
Or fuck all as possible. In fact, later down the campaign, there has been some level of story progression, but it's all focused on one character. One! And anyone else who has plot-driven backstories are basically ignored or forgotten. And he said so himself to me. He forgot about my character's backstory.
That's just annoying.
Right?
It is, certainly. And that's why, at least for situations which are very much character-focused, it's best to have a overall plot line that is relatively simple and broad.
Simple and broad, so you can put as much as you can into it.
For instance, in the Saturday game, there is an overarching threat that is clearly been shown with multiple sort of showings, what have you. That is the overall bad thing that is happening across the realm. But also that is broad enough and so far away that it also can have interactions with all of the characters' little subplots, such as they are.
Oh, let me actually look at chat real fast. Hi, Michael. It's nice seeing you here again. Thank you for coming. Backstories and descriptions is hard. I have difficulty too. It's understandable. Yeah, that's true. unless he forgot my character's backstory and put all of his focus onto evolving one backstory, such as, you know, the one I brought up in the end, it became discouraging for me to play as more as I can, you know? What is the point of me here if none of my character's backstories is ever going to be fulfilled? I mean,
If it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, like, what's the point of having me here then? So we can actually return to people's. I mean, sure, returning back home is one thing, but Kyrene has another important thing to look for, and that's her clanmates. Because she's not the only one who's got kidnapped then. I'm sorry, I'm going onto a tangent again about the dirty deeds.
Fine. Yeah, and it's definitely there are two different styles which both can have their own thing. Like there's like the old, of course, in the most ancient of days, you just made a character, there's an adventure, go at it. And even in modern day modules, it's an adventure, and you could possibly tie your story to the adventure, but the adventure as it's written or published or what have you is not about your character, because that's something new that you created that is not in the printed word or text or what have you itself.
And I guess I'm kind of a little bit selfish in that one, huh?
Well,
I
there's
think
that
everyone's a
you
little
don't
selfish.
find. Yeah, you don't. That's that you don't make characters purely to be in the moment. They have a. You gave them a past, and you want them to have some form of future. Rather than just being a fun character in the moment that's going on this particular adventure and dealing with these particular problems and situations.
The way I see it, that leads into a special kind of care that you have for every character you make.
Okay. I guess I'm just, I guess I'm just trying to learn as I go, and that also means learning from the mistakes of other people's too, and myself, my own included. Because I want to get better, I want to improve. I don't want to be the people who hurt me and basically left me behind. I want to get better, and I want to be better, even though it takes time and effort and a lot of pain, sweat, and tears and headaches to get there. I may not get it right all the time, but at least I'm trying. Okay.
And just part of it is just naturally growing and changing and learning about that some things aren't necessarily automatically bad. They're just different in a way that is not appealing to you in what have you, and it just ends up being a clash where that's just not what's fun, and you just sort of have to then find the group or the friends or what have you that work well in that regard. Like, for instance, I'm quite happy with all of you guys that are in my various groups.
And I'm forever grateful that you brought me into the table, considering the fact that I was in a very bad place when you found me. I placed my trust and faith onto the wrong person who hurt me time and time again. And I keep excusing that behavior because I was so blinded by the starstruck and, blind faith over this person where I thought they'll get better over time. But they didn't. They used me and they used me and got rid of me when I became too much for them. And it made me question myself. So I am forever grateful that you brought me into the games, and I'll always be grateful for that.
I'm very extremely happy to have you.
Alright, so I'm debating whether or not actually add in these ruffles that is part of her dress. Because without them, this looks pretty fine as is-ish. Sort of. Maybe. Thoughts?
Let's have a look.
Okay, so this is the one I meant, you know? This little this little add-ons down here.
I gotta say, those little add-ons really help bring the dress together.
Okay, so we're adding that then. I had to put this in a separate layer so that way I could draw this easily, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's a shame that we won't be able to be here long, considering the fact I got a game later today.
Yeah. But
I will say this. When it comes to the Planescape game, aka that's where I'm playing as Mira, the one running... There's this one... Ever since I'm part of the... There has been so many things in D&D that are running... You will... When it comes to D&D, you will come across running gags. Running gags that are basically a spur of the moment and became a little bit of a staple in the game. And the Planescape's running gag is overpowering Mira's daughter. Like, the girl...
I will say, speaking of running gags, there is one that I think of when I think of that old campaign I used to be in with my wife and that one D&D group who let's just say I had members that didn't like me. But basically, my wife's first D&D character was looking for this guy who was basically like her old boyfriend or something. And she would always open meeting with a new NPC with, "I'm looking for a man named Gabriel Payne." And we would just tease her about that constantly. Oh no, oh no. Oh no, Rachel heard me.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Okay. But yeah, it's... As for the running gag, it's in some ways very simple. Everyone who sees Mina, this adorable, innocent, pure, kind little 5-year-old child, obviously want to dote and have a natural instinct to spoil her. And what do adventurers have to spoil children? Magic items.
Like,
lots and lots of magic items.
I didn't realize it'll get that out of hand, but it does. Like, okay, for those who need context, who the handbasket is Mira and Mina. Okay, allow me to give a refresher. Going down, she can. Okay, Okay, Nui, how do you miss? There she is. This is my character, Mira, if you will. This is the same character in question, who is the mother of this little girl. This is Mina, if you will. And yes, this is her 5-year-old child. And Mina has two objectives into her backstory. Protect Mina as much as she can and possible, and find her ex-husband, and basically put a stop to him before he gets his hands on Mina. Now, when the party has finally met Mina, slowly but eventually, yes, like what Savage says, they actually dote on this 5-year-old girl to the point of giving her busted items. How busted are we talking here? Let us count the ways. Hun, what is the one thing that you gave to Mina, the first thing that kicked this off?
A blunt knife. Well, not entirely blunt. It's more of a tool if anything. But it turns out I gave her essentially one thing to make the knife her own. She said, "Make it pink."
No. Can I have it pink?
You wanted pink.
I want it pink.
All right, let me see what I can do. through a bit of research, we come to find that it is in fact possible through a special metal. What I didn't know was making the blade out of said metal would also make it as what was the metal exactly, Savage?
It's called aurorum.
Aurorum.
It basically repairs itself.
Yep. It
Yes.
cannot be. It cannot be. Essentially, making while the blade is destructible, it can be easily repaired.
Hmm.
And that's the start of this. And that's the start.
Yeah.
Come by later down the line when we had to make sure Mina is safe from an upcoming fight. One of the NPCs actually gave Mina a ring, but it's not just any other ring. It's a ring.
It's a ring of invisibility.
Yeah, it's a ring of invisibility. And if you check that out, it's one of the rare items of the game.
Legendary.
Legendarily rare items of the game. And now, in Season 2, after we basically played Spireball, which is baseball, if you will, we finally won, our team won, and we had to pick, and we are rewarded by a specific mace. That is the shape of a baseball bat. But this is no ordinary mace. What is this mace, Savage?
Mace of Disruption, which is a powerful weapon that's effective, very effective against undead and fiends. Like, if they're low enough and they fail a save, they just die.
Yep. I was like, it was an item that I thought, you know what, it's a nice thing to add into the, that someone in our party will make use of this. But everyone says, let's give it to Mina. I was there in the table. I was like, guys, she already has like, 2 good items. Why are we overpowering her? She's only 5. Guys, she's only 5. How is she gonna make use of that? Like, oh my god. It is one of the, at first it was Piccolo and now Mina. I'm genuinely, surprised, but this is the funniest shit that I've ever seen in Planescape. Okay. Let's see. Throw the ring in the fire. When mention the ring that makes him invincible.
Invisible,
This-
but yes.
Don't worry, this ring was vetted by Mira's boyfriend, the head of the Angel Mafia.
It's still, I still find it really flippin' hilarious, man. Like, bro, what's the next overpowered item we're giving to the child? Like, a lot of the people are going as far as to considering giving Mina a gun.
No, well, here's something that's even better than giving a magic item.
Huh?
Giving friends in high places.
Oh. Oh god, I remember the, like, bro, I'm genuinely gobsmacked that's happening.
And as for your question, Melody Manticore, Mira's boyfriend is Tepeo, who is a Coatl who is based in Sigil, who runs the Balanced Scales, which are effectively altruistic gangsters.
In fact, give me a second to find him. There he is. I've yet to finish him, but this is the said dude in question.
Yep, because that's how Sigil rolls.
Tybalt? No, he ain't Tybalt, KJ. And
Why are we zoomed in on that? There we go.
because I had to get the bee brooch, okay? I had to.
That's not how you. That's not how
Now,
you say
here's-
that. It's spelled.
No.
It's pronounced brooch.
Oh no. We're
Now.
oh boy.
Yes.
It's a brooch.
Now here's a question that maybe probably most people didn't think to ask, but probably still want to know. Does Mira enjoy Tepio in his human form, in his snake form, or both?
Yes.
I don't know what I was expecting.
All I'm gonna say, she's licensed.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go and see how it looks like without the sketch underneath, and I think that looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good, don't you think?
It's a good start.
Let's see. Can you give me Mira's number?
About that.
No, man. Do you want to know how many sessions it took for Tepio to even go on a first date with Mira due to her very, 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 very bad relationship past?
So bad that when the day finally comes and I finally designed her ex-husband, is the day that a good chunk, not only is my party going to be looking forward to the face they're pummeling, but a good chunk of my members of the Paper Plane Inn want to take a good chunk of pummeling.
I think one of my friends needs me right now. I'm gonna hop off for now.
All right, thank
Yes.
you for coming.
Some of the ladies that Nui plays, they take a while because they have relationship drama and complications and insecurities that hamper from romantic things. Meanwhile, Isabel.
Session 1.
No, session 2. Session
Session 2.
It took session 2 to look. There's a reason why I actually made that dialogue in that in that Golden Week comment between Fergus and Yosef.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, look.
Yep.
And besides,
Listen.
Isabel is meant to be for a adult campaign-ish. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And Jean has got a lot of things going on.
Yep. I found many of her male characters smoking hot. Ah, thank you. It's still something I'm working on when it comes to giving different body types to my to not only for my female characters, for my male characters. But I have a type and thing when it comes to but I have a specific type / thing, so that's kind of make things a little bit harder for me to stay consistent on body types. But don't get me wrong, I am working my best on diversing things, sort of.
Yes. Kind of.
Sort of. Okay, I think that looks pretty good for Isabel's chest. No, or not. Okay, I may have to work on the line width again on this because I have this thing when it comes to and it's a good thing I made a copy of this. I have this thing when it comes to my work that I would always make I will always use a specific tool to increase the line width, if you will, to give it the illusion of to give the illusion that this is hand drawn by hand, because of how the pen pressure and strokes would actually make some lines thinner and thicker in some places. Plus, it gives more dimension and makes the characters look a little bit more interesting to look at.
Yes. Now, I have a question for you.
What's that?
Where is Hansel?
I'll get to Hansel eventually. Don't think I forgot my gingerbread bear.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, Hansel is a gingerbread bear homunculus that Isabel has. That the first thing she got asked for a wish from Jean to give him the ability to speak, and so now he does.
But the way you flavored his speak is, how was it again?
Oh,
Yeah, he's right here. I'm doing the thing, and I'm gonna do my best. And also I'm gonna do some funny things like, oh, how many fingers are you holding up? I don't got none.
yeah, he's got nubs for limbs.
I would most like. Part of me wants to say, now Hansel, if I were to actually wish you for finger, actually no, maybe it may not be for the best. Probably not for the best. Have you seen a gingerbread? Have you seen a gingerbread with fingers?
No.
Yeah. the
All I've
uncanny
seen are
valley
lady
is showing.
fingers that don't look like ladies at all.
Okay.
And this is the kind of comedy you can expect once the podcast finally comes up.
Hi. I'm still figuring things out. How am I going to make the podcast work? I'm considering going for the Fool's Gold Sands method on how they handle their podcasts, where it's one singular image or so, or something akin to similar to Norfolk Wizard game. But then again, they have a lot. They have to work through a lot to make that thing work.
Mm-hmm. That's just a mage thing, to be fair. A lot of mage is very different to D&D.
Yeah, and typically for things like live games, what have you, it's not... Since it has an active audience, there has to be a sort of energy that sort of keeps up with it, so that it's continues to be engaging in a way which sometimes can work naturally just from friends doing stuff. Other times, not. It's a little bit more complicated, which is why there, are those ones at the top, and then not as many.
I think a cat is trying to get into my office.
Well, I did close your door and mine, so they're completely cut off.
They demand that because I'm hearing thumps at the door that says, "Mother, I demand to be let in." Which I was saying, "No, Joe, you can't come in yet." I think I'm going to most likely call it. Oh, bollocks! I've just realized I've been painting these. I've been filling these in the wrong layer.
Oh no, not again!
Oh no, not again!
Oh, yeah. And also, if you're very lucky when listening to the podcast, you would also listen to the sounds of the house gremlin.
Yes. Which led to one of the funniest bits there.
Ow. But I will say this: any moment where House Gremlin does show up is a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Alright, I think I'll most likely do Isabel's face and eyes, and afterwards, I'm gonna call it here because I need to get ready to make dinner. It's gonna be marinated pork chops for tonight's dinner.
Yes.
Okay.
And lips, because Isabel has kissable lips. Because I made my girl very smoochable, if you will. Is
Yes.
that a word? Yeah, that's a word.
Yes.
I have heard another phrase for such lips, but I'm not saying that phrase on Twitch.
Yeah, no. Now, let's see. If I were to make a list. I swear, I need to find time to make use of my toy box, just so I can actually put all my characters' profiles up in there. You know, because I know.
Yeah, mentioned.
Because I'm grateful that Fairbanks gave me a code to let me into toy box. I just need to find time to actually make use of toy box to finally get my ass into working into uploading my characters in toy box. So that way, people would actually know what the kind of characters I've been releasing these over the years, and it would actually help make things easier for people to keep track on who's who, and especially seeing their old favorites up there.
Hmm.
I think after making 3 of them now, I'd like to safely say that Hexbloods are now one of my favorite races to play to create. Okay.
You definitely have your own style with them, which I think is pretty cool.
Thank you. There we go. And any accessories and whatnot, that's something I'll most likely that's a later Mickey's problem. But can you imagine if there's a thing where I did a character swap? Where characters from let's just say Isabel got swapped by one of the characters plays in a campaign, in a different campaign that's in Savage's domain. Like, say Isabel accidentally got swapped into the Archipelago Adventure Group, or the Planescape Group, if you will.
That would be an interesting change.
It would be interesting.
Alright, as much as I'm going to continue more of Isabel, this is where I'm going to call it here, chat. We are 2 hours done, so let's go ahead and see who we can go and raid, shall we? Let's see. I think out of everyone who's here, you know what? Professor Lambio did say hi, so I'm gonna raid to him. There we go. Oh, I forgot to, well, is she a royalty or duchess? It's complicated, but she does want to look nice for the ball. But
Neither of those yet.
But anyways, this is where I best get going. I truly hope to actually see you guys for tomorrow, as I'm going to be drawing the headshots for my Patreon rewards. I hope to see you guys there. So may y'all have a good night. May all eat well and rest well. And thank you so very much, KJ. Thank you. And I hope to see you guys next time in the Paper Plane Inn. Take care!
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Wait, I need to make the... I forgot to make the raid message. Whoops.
Oh no!
Not the raid message, but the proper raid as well. So that's on me. That's on me.
Good job.
I didn't mean to. I forgot. Cut me some.
Don't worry, my brain's cooked too.
It's too hot to think.